The Federation, Babachir David Lawal, who has been trending following his statement on Tuesday that Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi clearly won the last presidential election. Lawal, in a statement on Wednesday, said that he has been approached by some key allies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu after he made the statement on Tuesday. Felix Morka, a spokesman for the All Progressives Congress, while reacting to Lawal's statement, described him as incapable of rational thought. The former SGF, however, offered his sympathies to Morka, saying that he was doing the job of a slave. He also lambasted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the leaders of the All Progressives Congress for allegedly transitioning the APC to an Islamic party and challenged them to be courageous enough to change the name of the party from the All Progressives Congress to the Islamic Party of Nigeria. I mean, Ayo, you know I'm coming to you on this story. I'm sure you saw. When I saw the story trend, I was like, okay, it's, you know, it's one rhetoric after another, but it's not going to go away, is it?
It's not. He's responding. So he first made the statement and he'd postulated that in his estimation, and he'd taken time out to ensure that he had done his investigations, that Mr. Peter Obi won the elections and President Bola Tinubu came a distant third. The truth is that the matter is in court, so the court will decide and determine who truly won the election. So that's in court. However, then there became a sling, word slinging match. First, Felix Morka of the APC came out to say that he wasn't, that he, I can't remember the exact terms, but very unsavory terms used to describe him. And then Mr. Babachir Lawal, who was ready for, for anyone, came back and then gave them a detailed analysis of how he described not just Mr. Felix Morka, but the APC as a whole. He went back down memory lane, talking about how they started the APC, that the APC was meant to be a national party with national spread representing the national interests of Nigeria and Nigerians. Hence why they were very particular about zoning, ensuring that the chairman and the national secretary would not be from the same zone or from the same religion, so that they had the spread and appeal to all Nigerians. However, unfortunately, what we see now is what is now called, or he now terms APC as an Islamic party. Now that is, open to conversation and discussions and to see the merit of what he says. Of course, the APC came under intense criticism for fielding a Muslim ticket, despite all the explanations for it, married to a Christian and the likes. The system and what we have on ground is that we do have
foundation. Rufai, how did you feel when you saw that statement that he made? I think that was on Monday, was it? Where he said that Peter Obi won and Atiku came second and Tinubu came distant third. And then he had already done, he came up with some research and all of that, and he was sure of it.
I like to talk with facts based on the electoral umpires that returned elections in Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the elections. Atiku Abubakar came second, Peter Obi came third. I don't know where Mr. Babachir Lawal saw his results from. And I have to state that because I always deal with facts. Yes, there's a case in court. The court will determine and make its decisions, and that's what we abide by. Secondly, as regards all the other things he said, yes, there are some things that he's spot on, and there are some that he's not spot on, as was rightly said. He has foundational and institutional memory of the APC, and he has a right to be able to espouse those, ideas based on the memory he has of the APC. But other people too will also say that all he's saying is sour grapes because he had actually left the APC. He's no longer a member of the APC and he's moved out of the APC. So he'll be able to say that. So there's a difference between his opinions and that of Mr. Morka. In his opinion, he says things are not working. It's crystal clear. Since President Tinubu got to power, the Naira has taken a beating. One of the worst performing currencies in the world as we speak. From over 700 to over 1,000 to the dollar as we speak. Inflation is on the increase. Life has become harder for Nigerians. Manufacturers are complaining. Everybody's complaining. He's spot on that.
All right.
The appointments too, we've also complained about nepotism, and it's crystal clear. In fact, recently, he had to take, after Falano spoke about it, for President Tinubu to go ahead and change the ICPC chief because before the Falano spoke about it, the ICPC chief and the EFCC chief were both from the Southwest. So there are many factors he has there. But let's just stick to the fact. Based on the electoral umpire, Tinubu won the election, Atiku was second, Obi was third.
All right then. Out of the foundation, Rufai, how did you feel when you that statement that he made? I think that was on Monday, was it? Where he said that Peter Obi won.
Well, Nigerians, some of these confessions, they just look like, okay, maybe one of those things. But, somehow we've just got to take note of some of these things. This is another confession from an insider. Okay, this man was the former secretary to the Federation under President Muhammadu Buhari. One of those who you would say, cooked the whole process. He's coming out now to make confessions to the fact that the presidential election of 2023 was rigged in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's what he has invariably come out to say. Every other thing is jargon. The only reason why I'm making commentary here is, what the Arise TV analysts, are anchoring their own discussion on this matter on. And that anchorage, has to do with dependency on the court. The case is in court. The court will decide who wins, who won. The court will decide this. The truth of the matter is that everybody understands that Nigerians actually don't have, without due respect, we don't have, much confidence in our, in our judicial system based on some of the things that have happened in the past. And you can't blame anybody. But it's instructive to understand, to take us into some of those things that Bashir Lawal, talked about when he claimed that Obi won the presidential election. And I'm putting up some of those, things here because this one is, was published and it's words exactly, we could see what he was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to read some of those things come out. I mean, read them out aloud so that we can properly put these things in proper perspective as it were. It said, this Babachi Lawal, in his words. He said the current topical issues for political discourse and inquiry are whether or not Bola Tinubu won the presidential election and or that he was a priori qualified to participate in the election given his murky biodata as it's now being publicly unveiled daily in an avalanche. Well, he goes on to say, my answer to the first inquiry is that regardless of whatever INEC or appeal court said or did, Bola did not win the election. Bola did not win the election. Right from the start of the campaigns, Bola knew he was not going to win the election in a free and fair contest. So he decided to go by all means. He went further to say, available factual data as aggregated from several independent sources indicates that Obi got the majority of votes, while Atiku came second. Bola came a distant third in the number of votes scored. He argued. Well, I'll end it there. End of quotes. So Nigerians, these are very huge statements that we cannot undermine. And I hope everybody's listening. I hope even the judges at the level of the Supreme Court, they are watching these things. And I hope they're going to be dispassionate in their judgment. Because at the end of the day, the issue of selection of Bola Ahmed Tinubu today as president of Nigeria, we see how it is landing us, landing the nation in very murky waters, deep challenges everywhere. As I speak, since yesterday, between, yesterday afternoon and now, if you see the level of nosedive that the Naira has taken, you'll be amazed. I have an alert system I have on my phone. Every 5 minutes, Naira is depreciating by 5 kobo, by 10 kobo, by 15 kobo. Every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. It was amazing. My phone was just like, man. You understand? Till this moment, the Naira is still depreciating. Just because of all of these, wicked self-serving policies. They are going to take loan now, another loan that they will consume. They will, channel through the way of corruption and every other thing. All of this can only happen by people who hitherto were never prepared for the job. The only thing they see is how to come and max more words, as it were. Well, like they say, the Arise guys, and of course I will, definitely, respect that opinion of theirs as well, because at the end of the day, that is the same opinion that we are all going to hold, whether we like it or not, that we have to wait for the court, to come out with their final judgment. That's the Supreme Court in this case. You understand? So, but that's how the matter is. Confessions. I just want to know that insiders are coming out now to confess that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a matter of fact, didn't win the election. Not just that, to confirm that Peter Obi actually won the election. So what we have, it's a stolen mandate. Yeah, that's exactly what Bashir Lawal has come to say. And that's what a lot of Nigerians believe. This is a stolen mandate. And that is why the impact is so much on Nigerians right now. Even those who clamored, who clapped, who have equally, even in the course of the certificate saga, many of them are reeling right now from the pain of, policies and bad implementations and, not preparedness that we can see in government. The only visible thing in this government currently is incompetence and nepotism. Those are the visible things that we can see, really. You understand what I'm saying now? There is nothing that is telling or showing to Nigerians right now that a new government has been elected. You understand? So it goes to show, how bad the situation is right now. Everybody is feeling it. I will come up again on that broadcast, and that one is going to deal with the attempt by this same Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as it's being, publicized everywhere right now. It's in the papers. I've read some national, international dailies, and we have been told that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now making a strong attempt to stop FBI from releasing the avalanche of information they have on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which many people think would eventually be, the last straw that will bring the camel's back. But we'll see. I'm not going to go into that now. Come with that on that broadcast. But in the meantime, people, it is the Comrade Show. Please share the broadcast. Don't go too far away. If you could, that would be nice. Nigeria is in murky waters, and it's a shame, and it's painful.